there, I'm Amanda with Healthy House on the Block, and I am here with your weekly tip and advice on how to create an indoor space that truly supports your health and your wellness through reducing toxins and bringing in healthier materials and products. This week we are going to talk about synthetic fragrance and specifically how you can get it out of your house, why we want to get it out of our house, and then what I did to replace it with essential oils and some safety tips on using essential oils if you choose to bring them into your house. So truly a healthy home revolves around our indoor air quality, and our indoor air quality is the biggest factor in determining just how healthy our house really is and how well it can support our own immune system and our own body and all of the systems within our body, actually. I truly thought that I would never be able to live without air fresheners, scented candles, and other fragrances in my home. There was something about it that I loved. The scents were something that I loved, and it made my home feel like home. I actually think a lot of us feel that way with many things about our homes that we know are unhealthy for us, but it's just really hard to give those things up. Makes sense though. We all want a home that feels good, and so if we're using a product that feels good to us and makes our home feel good, we'll continue to use it even if the health repercussions are going to be poor in the future, or it's going to impact our health and wellness down the road. We think about the right now, and that's because that's what we've been told, and nobody's here teaching us how to care for our house in a healthy way that impacts our body in the future. So it took me a really long time and a lot of feet dragging, but eventually I got all the synthetic fragrances out of my home. And while I thought I would miss the scents I had come to love, it took very little time for me to appreciate the absence of fragrance. So I started using essential oils and I fell in love with them. But I did learn very quickly that not all essential oils are created equally, and the safety of using essential oils in my home was of the utmost importance. And so I educated myself on how to use these in the right way, which is what I'm going to share with you later on in this video. I'm actually pretty proud of the fact that I was able to ditch all of the synthetic fragrances in my home and replace them with either nothing or using essential oils. I was so surprised where many of these synthetic fragrances were. They're not just in air fresheners and candles. They're throughout our homes and throughout our products. I think you're going to be surprised too. So synthetic fragrances are made up of different chemicals. Up to 95% of those chemicals are made from petroleum products or crude oil. So kind of let that sink in for a minute. The second largest component in synthetic fragrance is phthalates. Phthalates have been banned from many plastic toys and kitchenwares in the most recent years, but they're still in our fragrances. They've been shown to disrupt hormone activity, and they've been linked to birth defects, nervous system disorders, and allergies, and even an increased risk of cancer. So the good news is I actually think it's easier to remove synthetic fragrances from your home than you think. You just have to be aware of where to look. And honestly, it seems to be everywhere. The list could be endless, as most personal care products and home products contain synthetic fragrances. I actually have a download. It's a free download. It's a master synthetic fragrance replacement list, and I walk you through all of the places you want to look. Here's a little list of what you could start looking at in your home. Basically, anything that says fragrance likely has fragrance additives, and you'll want to avoid it. So you might be wondering why chemicals are not disclosed. Well, the reason mostly is because they're protected. Any type of fragrance that is created falls under the trade secret regulation, meaning they don't have to disclose any of the chemicals that make up this synthetic fragrance, and so it's all a secret to us consumers. And the truth is that most companies do not use natural options because the chemicals that they use are so much cheaper, and they create a longer lasting fragrance in the air, which is what we've been told we want as consumers. The first thing you can do in getting fragrances out of your house is opt for unscented products. You want to look for things that say unscented or fragrance-free. Now, a word to this claim, it doesn't necessarily mean that they have added no fragrance, so you do have to double check. But in order to make headway, this is the first step. Overall, finding products that are advertised as fragrance-free and unscented generally will be a safe bet. The second thing you want to do is stop covering up odors in your house and just remove the odors altogether. So this might look like taking out the trash more frequently or opening your windows more. It also could mean using charcoal absorbing bags, which I'm sharing in the blog post this week. You can try turning on a vented fan or a ceiling fan after you cook, but basically leaving your home in a state where it doesn't need air fresheners is going to be your best plan of action. So the third thing you can do is when you're buying unscented products or cleaners, you can actually add a few drops of essential oils to those unscented cleaners to kind of make your own. Make your home smell the way you want by creating your own scented product. Not only do essential oils create a pleasant smell, but they also have properties that are actually beneficial to our indoor environment and even our bodies, and they can actually work to purify the air and promote self-healing. So I love adding a few drops of essential oils to my Aspen Clean concentrated cleaner, and it makes a world of difference, especially when we're doing cleaning in the bathroom. And then finally, definitely take advantage of my free download that I have linked in the blog post this week. It will walk you through every area and every product in your home that you could swap out for a fragrance-free option. So as I talked about earlier, it's actually really important to pay attention to safety when it comes to essential oils. Especially if you have kids or you have pets in your home, there are some rules that you're going to want to follow. You don't want to diffuse essential oils every single day. You need to give your space and your body a break from these highly concentrated botanicals. Also, never use essential oils without a carrier oil. You always want to dilute them. Before using oils around kids and pets, please make sure that they are safe. I use Plant Therapy, and they even label their oils as kid safe to help you know if they are safe for your children. Never ever ingest essential oils, period. I also want you to be exceptionally careful when applying essential oils to the body. Research which ones can be used in the sunlight, and always use a carrier oil, and always make sure you're giving your body a break from the oils that you're using. And then finally, never use essential oils in bath water. I'm also sharing with you on the blog post my top picks and things that can get you started with using essential oils at home. This includes a ceramic diffuser, roller balls, fractionated coconut oil, glass spray bottles with silicone sleeves, because we don't want to store essential oils in any sort of plastic. And when we're putting it in cleaning products, we want to make sure it's a glass bottle. I also have this super cute essential oil storage case and a diffuser bracelet that I absolutely love and use myself, and then dryer balls to freshen up your laundry. So as you can see, there's so many ways you can swap out synthetic fragrance in your home for either nothing or even using essential oils. It's a really great way to reduce a number of toxins in your space. You just have to know how to do it. I hope that you liked this video. I hope you found something helpful that you can take with you into your own home. And I also hope you will subscribe to my channel, because I am here every single week with new advice, new ideas, new tips on creating an indoor space that truly supports your health and your wellness.